Hey, Patrick here. I'm going to go through and review an Azalea game that I played against Prism. I'm still learning this matchup, and I think I'm still also figuring out the sideboard a little bit and how many slots I want to dedicate to this matchup. I don't expect it to be a very good matchup for Azalea, so I don't know if I want to sink too many slots into trying to help a bad matchup. Going to the equipment though, I'm bringing in Balance of Justice, and this is doing two things. One, it's helping block out the Herald of Erudition because I can put a 3 block plus balance in front of it and it can just cover 5 there. And then as well, it can also help me just draw a card against the Erudition Angel, as well as if they do manage to let an Erudition hit, and I've already blocked with this. Other than that, I'm just bringing in the standard loadout. I'm not bringing in long draw. I'm just leaving in the bracers because I don't expect Warmongers in this matchup. Going down to the cards in deck though, I need to bring in 10. So I bring in 2 Battering Bolts, and this again does double duty. One, it's a popper, but it's only a 6 popper when I'd much prefer 7 poppers. But the on hit is also relevant because they are going to be playing Figments, and generally the Figments are going to be their yellow pitch for the turn if they've drawn it, because they just want it to end up in deck so they can tutor them back out. So if I can manage to land a Battering Bolt, then it can be really awkward for the Prism sometimes. Next, I'm bringing in 3 Battlefront Bastion, and that's just a 7 popper, and that's the reason it's coming in. It gets me through the triumph effects, and if I can manage to pop once, like hopefully once or twice in a game, that really should be enough to swing these short, spiky matchups. Otherwise, I'm bringing in 2 Murkmire Grapnel, and they're just coming in because you can punch them through the ward on angels and the spectral shields. It's not the most amazing card in this matchup, but it is pretty good, and it can carry a lot of weight when it actually does have effect. And then finally, I'm bringing in 3 Sleep Dart, and this is just because turning off the Prism Hero power can be a pretty big deal if you catch them in the right cycle where they don't get to flip an angel and they don't get to tutor more Figments. So I'm hoping that if this can connect, then it can result in something like 4 to 8, maybe even 12 value. But let's hop into it. Okay, here we are in game. And my opponent wins the die roll and chooses to go first. I think that's just to deny me from going first because I can press through damage and catch them on a no block hand. Because I'm suspecting they're not bringing in the yellow auras here. So they're just going to go Herald Aggro. And the fact that they have the Epherian Rapture kind of indicates that as well, along with the Luminaris Angel's Glow. But they're coming with Erudition. I pop it. They just pitch to filter away the passing Mirage and then Arsenal. I'm assuming another Herald. On my side, though, I could look to try and get the Bolton Shot out here. I like doing the opt first because I don't care that much about Lace, the Lace with Frailty. Good. This is fine so far. Yep, pitch away the Lace. Awesome. Yeah. I knew the taking was on top, right? So I can play this way. Otherwise, I could have just played out the Lace and shot the... Sorry, I could have pitched the Murkmire and shot the Bolton Shot for 10 with the Lace on it if I was just blindly drawing a card. But here, they try to cover it up. They give me their gauntlets. That's why they bring it. It's just 2 value, just 2 block in the arm slot. My hand plays around this, and I'm just kind of already chose my play based on my opt, so I have to do this. And this is going to get 7 damage in. I don't expect them to block here. There's no on hit. There's no ward that's being shredded through. It is nice to get the Murkmire into grave because I can Codex it back now. And I'm assuming they're just going to come in with, yep, just the protection. No go again. So I can't pop this, but I should be giving this a value block, I think. I should be giving it either the Drill Shot or Endless Arrow, I think. I should be pitching the Amp Arrow to Death Dealer no matter what. Okay, yeah, they connect. They get a Spectral Shield and an Angel. Yep, they flip it with for free with the Rapture. But on my side, you can see that I have one too many cards in hand, right? And that kind of makes me have to spend my Bullseye Bracer and my snaps in a really awkward way. Yeah, I don't like this. Because this just indicates that I'm gonna Snap Dragon here. Like they should see that. And I don't think they're gonna block. They might give it they might put like one card in front of it and then let the Spectral Shield and the Angel soak it, just so I don't get the arrow back. But the fact that I have two cards in hand means that they're just gonna not block. Like they're just gonna make me IP myself. They're gonna give me cards. I'm not presenting meaningful on hits, so it's just damage. They're just gonna try to hold a 5-card hand where they go Herald or they go Herald, Angel, Herald, and yeah, I'm getting punished by my bad decision here. I'm about to end the turn with what is that? 3 cards in hand. That's horrible. Yeah. Uh, I I choose to arsenal an arrow here instead of the take aim. I think I should be arsenaling the take aim, honestly. An arrow doesn't really do anything because I don't want to blind flip. I'd much rather have the take aim and then see what I draw and then see if there's something I want to pitch for the death dealer or if I just want to get a free activation off of Tunic essentially. So yeah, here I should probably also be blocking with an arrow because again I have one extra arrow in hand and I have an arrow in arsenal, so giving this like an endless arrow would be fine. Yeah, I like keeping the Murkmire because I want to load into that. But imagine the situation was the take aim in arsenal and the drill shot in hand. I think I prefer that because then I can just play the take aim and then freely load in the Murkmire, draw a card, and then arsenal if I want to. So I think I prefer that. Ooh, punished here. So blind flip, which I really priced myself into because I don't have equipment to give go again. Yeah, this is a travesty. I think this like last turn cycle or like this full turn cycle has just really just locked me out of this game. I did this to myself, so I did have room to play around this happening. I had room to not blind flip. Man, this is rough to watch back, and I just have to play it out. I have to use Tunic, pitch 2 reds. I don't think they block this. I think they just let their all of their angel and their 3 shields die. They have a 5-card hand. Yep. So I'm guessing that eruditions are only blue, or sorry, they're only yellow. They don't swing the erudition because I have balance up, so I could put an arrow plus balance. They just want to make sure that this hits, right? That's the idea with this. If they came in for 5, I could block it out. 6, I can't. Unless I have like a tar pit trap, which I'm considering running. But my hand doesn't block well. Well, it blocks a little bit. I think I should block with either the endless or the knock. And looking at this now, I think I should be blocking with the knock. Based on how I'm starting to learn what the Prism wants to do, they just want to play 5-card hands. Maybe this is really obvious for people who grinded this matchup a lot, but me just starting to learn this, I think I should be not worrying about trying to force through on hits and just try to pump as much as I can. So I should be putting a knock in front here and then probably just blind flipping the Murkmire or just shooting the Murkmire and pumping with the Rain Razors and take aim. I should be doing something like that. Here, I think I'm happy to just block with knock plus helmet, deny them another figment. Instead, what am I going to do? Yeah, endless plus helmet. I don't like that. I think I should have just pumped up the Murkmire, gotten it with the value there, and then arsenaled the endless arrow. And you can see like even that play would be really poor. Like it'd be better than what I'm doing here, but it would be not great because I spent my equipment so early in like such an inefficient way. And a couple games I'll look back, I've seen that have used equipment really well. This one I think I just bungled it. I think I should have been a lot more conservative with it and hopefully going forward, I understand the value of it. But here, I'm just coming in for 7. I don't expect him to block it. I think at the time I was playing in such a way that I hoped he would try to unnaturally block it, right? He would try to force, like, I don't know, he tried to do something, or I'd be catching him in a situation where he wanted to block, right? But no, they just keep a 5-card hand. They're in a very winning position. They're representing, Herald, Angel, Herald, which is somewhere between, what is that? Somewhere between 14 and 20 value, or 20 damage. So, yeah. Or maybe it's not 20, it's 18, right? 7. No, I guess if they have Ravage, if they have Herald of Ravages, but they usually don't in these lists. So it'd probably be 7, 4, and then 7. So 18 damage total, or maximum, I'd say. I'm just kind of speaking over this because I think I'm just dead at this point. There's no real way that I can block out here. If I try to block out, then I don't have much of a turn. I have Murkmire in Arsenal, I believe. Oh, sorry, I have the Rain Razors in Arsenal. Yeah, there's nothing I could have done there. Like, I already just, like, sealed my grave. Yep, GG's. Here we are in postgame, and that matchup was difficult to watch back. It was really good learning because I think I made a lot of mistakes in a lot of places that I can tighten up to help even out that matchup a little bit. I wouldn't say even. It's more bring it back towards being just an unfavorable matchup, and probably somewhere around like 35-65 favoring the Prism. I think there were probably 4 spots that I made pretty significant errors, and all of those were just preventable and learnings that are pretty easy takeaways. So I think one was doing the blind flip, where I wasn't forced to based on the cards that happened the previous turn. So I chose to put myself in a position where I might have to blind flip, right? I had 3 cards. I had a pump and then 2 arrows, and I chose to put an arrow into arsenal, knowing that I'd have an arrow going into the next turn already in hand, and knowing that my arsenal was a 0 cost. So I just made it so I had to blind flip there. So I should just put the pump to arsenal, and then that would have insulated me against having to blind flip. I could have just pitched one of the arrows to load the other one. Other than that, I believe that same cycle, I could have blocked with one of the arrows, and that would have made it so that I wasn't just feeling really awkward and having to use the equipment there, because I think I used the bracers and the snaps on that cycle, and it just did not go well. I think it was a waste of the equipment. I should use it for swinging back or shifting the tempo. And it would be really nice if I can split up the 2 equipment into different turns, but it was only worth shooting I think I sent did I send the endless arrow again? No, I sent the drill shot, which wasn't worth it. I should have just blocked with the endless or the drill shot and then shot the other one. Other than that, there's also the cycle where I used knock to find another Murkmire when I could have just shot the Murkmire that I already had in arsenal, and then arsenal the endless arrow. That was pretty late in the game, so I don't think that decision really lost me the game. But I think that if I was to make that decision again, it is more correct to just block with the knock, and maybe even the endless arrow, and try to just scrounge back into that game. And other than that, I think I played fine, but those decisions just kind of made the game unwinnable. It's already a really tough matchup, and making 4 critical errors is just going to lose you games. So, yeah, those are takeaways. Hopefully, I can do better next time.